Hi everyone, Luna Gamer Alex here, and this is YosUki and Games. And I'm alone in my game room. I live stream every single one of my gaming sessions since 2010, and I have been saving them to my YouTube channel. I do this to allow me to take a glimpse back at all of my gaming adventures, sort of a detailed observations of my life as a gamer. The session is starting now, and I thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm playing Final Girl again here. As promised, Billy the bear is still going to be the killer. I think Billy the bear is like the worst killer in this game for sure. Especially if oh, I forgot to set up his panels, so I'll have to take care of that here in just a minute. Yeah, if you're so unlucky to have spawn a buddy as the final panel there, um, and then a lot of victims are dead, like in the last game, you're gonna max out the summoning of the buddies or the at the end game. So yeah, that was horrible. But let me go ahead and take care of this real quick. I've already set up everything. The map that I've chosen this time, well, not everything. I still have to uncover the event, and then we have to set up the panel, the bloodlust panel here for Billy the Bear. So let me just do that real quick. There's just got to be a better way to do this, though, because so I think there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of these panels, and then you have to kind of randomize them. Um, their placements on the bloodlust meter. Okay. So 4 of each. So we're just gonna move them around until we kind of. I mean, I don't even know which is which, but until you kind of forgot which is which, I guess, and then just place them on that panel there, on the bloodlust meter. Okay, that should be enough. And then the way I do it, I just randomly just place them, so that way everything's hopefully, I mean, everything's gonna be random. Yeah, maybe there are better ways to do this. Okay, you can't see what's in the final 2 here, because then you can guess what's coming up. So you gotta be careful not to accidentally flip them. When I was setting them up, like the first time when I was putting them away, I was putting them in this little container here, and then I was like securing the lid, and then everything, when you secure the lid, actually everything inside just bump, you bump everything inside up, and then it flipped, and then I saw what it was. I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna redo it. Okay, so that's done. I've chosen Utopia as the map, because I really didn't like the I didn't like the Merrick Warehouse map to begin with when I first used it, because it was too cluttered. Visually, it's too cluttered, and then there are too many rooms, and then the whole thing about climbing up the racks, and it's just a little. To me, it just seems a little busy. There's too much going on that map. I mean, I can see, like I said before, the chaos that you can generate from that map. Well, Billy took advantage of that, so I've chosen Utopia. And so this is the map for the sightless monster, whatever it's called. This particular expansion, what do you call the module? It's inspired by what's the name of that movie? don't where you can't make a sound. Um, that movie that has a sequel, and then like the prequel that was horrible. Um, when they were running around the city trying to avoid the sightless monster. What is the name of that movie? Jeez. But anyway, so it's inspired by that, and also in this particular map is inspired by Tremors because there are also sand snakes on this map. Even though it's called Utopia, I mean I need to read the lore for this map, but they call this place Utopia, but there are sand snakes here, so I don't know how you can call it Utopia. Maybe compared to like everywhere else in the world in this particular the lore behind this particular map. Maybe the world has gone um, apocalyptic, and this is the only place where that the safest that you can be. But you have sand snakes now. Every turn, um, I have to double check here when um, you actually draw the sand snakes at the end of the killer phase. So before you go into panic phase, um, you draw two sand snakes, which is really interesting because the sand snakes, you can't do anything about them. They're just there and they're going to kill people, or they can also hurt enemies. So, but the sand snakes will always target victim, final girl, minion, and then the killer. So that's their priority, who they're going to strike. But which actually is really interesting, especially with Billy, who has a lot of minions. So we'll see how that's gonna interact with the sand snakes. So and I need to place his token over at the crossroads there. So we have summoned Raimi as the first buddy, because at the beginning of the game, you have to set up a buddy. The buddy is already out and about. So, okay, so Raimi is going to be over here. I'm not going to place him over there with the victim. So, I mean, they didn't even say, if you want to go with rule of infinite evil, you can place it there and then immediately he gets a bloodless. Which for Billy is like, because you don't know what this is, this panel at the bottom here, like that could be anything, right? I mean, it could be the many different effects that we've seen before, like it could be spawn a buddy. So it's easy for Billy to steamroll us actually once he gets going. So, and I think it's only fair if we place the buddy adjacent and a place adjacent that doesn't have a victim. So the setup here is welcome to you. Utopia is the setup that I've drawn for the map configuration. And let me go ahead and start the app for this. Setup is welcome to Utopia. Oh, you know what? I guess it's I thought maybe it has something to do with the lore, because it says on the setup card is as you can see here, it says welcome to Utopia. That's actually a typo, because in the app it says welcome to Utopia. So when they were designing that particular card, I guess it was too late for them to stop the press, and that typo was in there. Okay, so let's get going. Let me draw the event real quick so we can resolve that. Okay, get on the roof. Oh no, already? This thing has a... Okay, now there's no like climb mechanics in this map, I think. So let's see what it says. Get on the roof. They come through the ground. If either the house or water tower space collapses, you and any victims in the space do not take damage but still panic. Okay. So if either the house or water tower space collapses. So there is some mechanics also on this map where so I'll put that here. If both places have collapsed, discard. There's a sinkhole mechanics in this on this particular map. So some spaces can collapse. This will be indicated on certain terror or event cards. When this occurs, any victims in the affected space are killed. You and enemies in the space take damage, and then anyone left there panics until they leave that space. Okay. But it's funny how it says any victims in the affected space are killed. So how could anybody panic if they're all dead? You know, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, here, well, I guess it says because we have get on the roof, so they're not gonna die when it happens. So that explains why they would panic. Here, it doesn't make any sense because you have victims. Um, yeah, anyone left there panics, but no one would be left there because if the space collapses, then it says any victims in the affected space are killed. So, you know, you got stuff like that sometimes with the game rules that just doesn't make any sense. Maybe it would make sense in several days after you sit down and think about it, or it might not. In this case, it might not, to be honest, because yeah, if it collapses and they're victims, then they're all dead. But anyway, and this final girl doesn't panic at all. So, all right, so let's start. So we have that going on. Okay, so and then I need to set up the batteries. I totally forgot. All right, that's we have remember the 4 batteries for what's this phase? I like to set this up actually before I know the configuration of the map, but because it almost feels like cheating. But I'll just have to remember that when I'm playing Billy the Bear. Always remember to set up the batteries first. And the way you set up the batteries, they let you just set it up wherever you want, as long as the spaces are not adjacent to each other, so you can't just keep comboing, you know, deactivating the batteries. So I'll place one here where I'm at, and then we'll put one in the electrical tower. Oh, and then the problematic thing about this map is the potential. So maybe we need to place it. No, because it says some spaces can collapse, right? It could be any other space, so I don't know how that works because I haven't seen these tarot cards. So we'll just space them out here. I'll put another one here at the exit, and then this last one. Remember, they can't be adjacent to each other. Maybe this last one we can place right here. Let's see. Just checking to see, make sure they're not adjacent. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to deactivate that battery, of course. So that takes one time slot here to activate the battery. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to do a focus action card to see if we can further reduce this horror level. 1 success, 1 maybe. We'll just take the success. No, if we turn the maybe into a success, though, we can get +2 time. We're not going to be attacking anything this round, I think. So I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, and then we're not going to do any short rest. So we're going to use these two to turn the maybe into a yes. So it's going to be a double success. So that means the terror level goes down by 1, and then we get 2 time slots. Okay. So now we're at 7. For this, I think I need to move this over here. All right. Okay, I can still. We got plenty of resources there. You know what? Let's do let's do another focus. I have to really learn to not spend everything, you know, and just think about the future turns. But I think we're in a good spot, right? No, we're not. Okay, so it's a double fail. I don't want to lose one. No, one maybe, one fail. I don't want to lose two time slots. So maybe we can sacrifice walk so that we can keep, and then we'll end up with six at the end of the turn. You know what? I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay. See, I'm doing that again. I'm using all the cards, but I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get sprint actually. So it's gonna be one success. So this goes down by one, and then we're gonna lose one time slot. I ran out of things to do, so we have 6 points though that we can spend. So I'm gonna get sprint for two. Let's see. And what is the reward that we can get for killing Raimi? Just move one space. Okay. So I need to get to, I need a weapon though. Let's see what they have here, the options that we have. Over at the bunker, we can, oh, that's like a 2 to 3 range. Why is there an asterisk for the, maybe used in a range of 4 while you're on, oh. Wow, 2 to 3 range. And that's very good. And if you're on a boulder, there are third mechanics here for this map. It's special for this map. It's boulder spaces. They're safe from sand snakes attacks, and some card effects may reference them. So if you have this, all I have to do is just stand on a boulder, and I can shoot at the enemy, but I can only use it twice. It's a scope rifle for 2 damage, plus whatever that I use to attack. Up to 4 spaces away. That's incredible, actually. So maybe we should get that. That's over at the bunker. And the bunker, of course, is where Billy is. Billy is at the bunker, so this is where that item is. Second option is telescoping 10-foot pole. You may skip one space when moving from a boulder space. No effects are triggered in the skip space, and no victims may follow you. Okay, so you can skip, or you use the pole, I guess, to skip. That's a cute little feature there of that item. When moving from a boulder space, that's kind of funny actually. Okay, so that's more of a mobility. So not interested. Maybe we can grab it, but. And that's up at the general store. General store is in the middle of the map right here. And then the last weapon is sheep farm, which is like just a couple of spaces away from us. And we got a flare gun that's 0 to 1 space range. If the flare gun may only be modified, a weak attack action card. If damage is dealt to the killer. Oh, if damage is dealt to the killer. Alternatively, discard a tracking marker on all victims. Within 3 spaces, move 1 space closer to you. What? Discard a tracking marker and all victims. Oh, and all victims within 3 spaces move 1 closer. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they have some pretty cool things actually mechanically with this game. You know, if you use that, then you can have the victims come closer to you by 1 space. That's I can see how that could be beneficial for sure, because then we don't have to get to them and they can just come to us. So if I can go to the sheep farm, grab the flare gun, and then move over to this exit and then use it, And you commonly use weak attack. Yeah, I'm not going to use that for attacking. I'm going to use that to just get the victims to come to me. So this might be a good strategy for us. Maybe that's what we should do first. See if we can get her to save 4 people so she can use her ultimate ability. I don't even know what her ult is. Like I said, I just picked her because she looked cool, and I was like, okay, you know what, Asami performed better than Charlie. But Charlie actually, she's won. How many times did Charlie win? Probably just 1 or 2, twice. Anyway, out of the last 7, 8, how many games have we played? The Final Girl, 8, maybe 9. Yeah, it's this game is difficult because you're at the mercy of at the dice roll. So, and that's definitely totally random. So, um, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. That will be our goal. That way we can also take care of this particular battery here. Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna grab a search also for 2, and I have 2 more to spend. I think I should get another sprint. I'll get another sprint. Okay. 1, 2. All right. So we get all of these back as long as we only have 10 cards at the beginning of the next phase, action phase. Okay. So that's all done. Billy activates. The minion activates, but there's no one in that space. Billy activates. You're already at full health, and there's nobody in his space. Yeah. So now we draw a tarot card. Oh no. The tarot card is part of the killer's phase, right? So it's after the tarot card is when we're gonna draw the sand snakes. So let me just make sure. Yeah, the killer phase, resolve killer action and draw a tarot card. So before the panic phase is when you draw the sand snakes. Okay, so let's look at this first tarot card and see what it says. Sinkhole. Oh, immediately people are gonna start dying. The crossroads collapses if it hasn't already. So the crossroads, where is that? Must be in the middle here somewhere. Old road. Sheep farm. Jeep trail. Where the fuck? Oh, crossroads with with Raimi. Okay, so Raimi is gonna get damage. Yeah, that's good. Let me see here. This will be indicated as a certain tarot card. When this occurs, any victims in the affected space are killed. You and any enemies in that space take damage. So, but how does that work for... okay, I guess my question was... since that place is going to be inaccessible, if a final girl is in there and an enemy is in there, do they also panic? This is the only exception where we have to panic. I think it is, because then we would just stay there. And then in the case of a buddy, because unless specified, the buddy just stays there. So, and then there's no way that we can get to the buddy unless we have a range weapon. And doesn't make any sense that the buddy is then able to get out of there, or the final girl, whoever, is going to survive a sinkhole, because they would have specified that here. Because yeah, I mean, sometimes they need to be a little bit more specific with instruction, especially they know like the rule of the game. Like in this case, panic, the final girl never panics. So, and then it says here that anyone left there panics, it says. So I'm gonna just take that, just take the thematic interpretation of that and just say whoever's still in there, killer, minions, final girl, will have to exit the area because the area become inaccessible. This should have been elaborated a little bit more in the rule book here for sure. I mean the rule sheet here, because like in these expansion modules, they just have usually like usually it's one sheet. Sometimes for more complicated setup, like Billy the Bear, they have like it's like multiple pages. But yeah, that one definitely requires a little bit more explanation. So. But I'll take it that everyone will move away from the area. So in this case, Rami actually gets damaged. So this is good because the environment is helping us getting rid of some of these guys. Let me get the there is a token for so I guess maybe a space can only collapse, like only 2 spaces can collapse. No, oh no, they have 4 of these collapse indicator. So put that over there. Okay. So the crossroad collapses if it hasn't already, so it's going to collapse here. It's so big. This token is also like so big. But anyway. So Rami gets damaged for 1. Roll to see which other space collapses. Oh, this is like a chain reaction sinkhole. So now I have to do a roll here for 6, and it says trailer park. So the trailer park is also going to collapse. And where's the trailer park? Yeah, this is it's right here. So that person's gonna die. Okay. Wow, this is going badly. I mean, immediately for us. So this trailer park is going to also collapse. So this person is dead because it says it kills the victim when something and sinkhole happens, right? Oh no, we also have get on the roof. So either house or water tower. So no. So unfortunately, because this person is in the trailer park, didn't get the message. Any victims in the affected spaces are killed. So that's going to get killed. So we're going to move that by 1. Because the bloodlust gets moved up whenever a victim is killed. So no matter what happens, if a victim is dead, bloodlust goes up. But we'll check that in just a sec. Let's fully resolve this tarot card here. Okay, so the trailer park also collapses. And then the third part to this tarot card is place a sinkhole token in the collapsed spaces and apply the sinkhole effects. Okay, just giving you the instruction of what to do. Okay, so that's done. So we cannot move across or unless we have the telescoping 10-foot pole though, right? No, because it says that you can't even you can't traverse through that area anymore. Can no longer be moved to or through. So if see, I mean, this is also where they would have perhaps, or maybe they think that maybe you can skip that space because it would have been explained here. Unless you have the 10-foot pole, then you can skip the space. You know what I'm saying? You can jump over the space, but they didn't mention it anywhere here. So I guess you can, if you want to take a thematic interpretation, maybe you can, but You would think that that would be explained like right then and there in that little cheat sheet, you know? But anyway. Okay, so this is done. Now we also have to resolve the sand snakes. So this map is probably worse than Merrick Warehouse. Uh, okay, so I'm gonna draw two sand snake cards and see what happens. Oh, let me also move up the bloodlust by one. I'm gonna check to see what the effect of this is, and it is spawn a buddy. See, this is Billy is pretty. Oh, and then I also have to panic Rami. So, oh gosh, so many things to do. Let's panic Rami real quick. See which space he's gonna go to. He's gonna go to space 4, so he's gonna kill this person next round. So he's at the water tower here with a victim over there. Okay, so now I'm going to spawn another buddy, and this buddy is gonna spawn at the scrap yard, and it's gonna kill that person. So yeah, this is gonna go bad like fast. This particular match here, this particular playthrough, it's not gonna last. Okay, so we have Cam here, and so we'll put Cam over here, and Cam has 2 HP. Yeah, this is awful. This map is this map is horrible. Okay, because yeah, it damage a minion, but it's gonna screw us even more, I think, than the killer. All right, so I'm gonna draw two Sand Snakes cards. Okay, so it says, if you're on a boulder space, you may discard this card with no effect. Okay, so is she on the boulder space? No, she's down here on the Jeep trail. So let's look at the second effect there. A sand snake attacks your space. The sand snake does damage to one target on that space using the following priority. So immediately Asami gets attacked by a sand snake for 1 damage. Okay. This is not good. This is gonna end very soon. Okay, second one. A sand snake attacks the scrapyard. The sand snake does one damage to one target on that space using the following priority: victim, you, minion, killer. So this is the scrapyard. Yeah. So over here, oh, where our Cam is. Let me place Cam's token in there. But the sand snake, of course, is gonna bite the victim first. I think what they should have done, I think would made it a lot more fun, was whenever the sand snake attacks, you do a horror roll, and then if it's like even numbers, the sand snake is going to attack a victim or the final girl, and if it's odd numbers, then it's gonna attack a minion or a killer. I think that would have been much more fun that way. Like the sand snake is like, it doesn't give a flying fuck. It's just gonna attack anyone. It's just happened to be there. But I guess they're in cahoots with Billy the Bear. I guess to make the game more difficult, but I think it would have been much more fun if the attack is randomized. I think that would have been much more fun. Anyway, so that sand snake is before Cam gets to kill this person next turn. He's gonna die already from the sand snake. So now this is gonna go up. And just wait, it's gonna ask me to spawn another buddy. Just wait. So 2 people died already. Okay, so let's see. No effect, thankfully. Okay. All right. Now we're going into the panic phase. People are dead, so this person is going to panic because there is a minion here. So let me go ahead. Yeah, you can't resist. When you hear me talking in this room, you think that it's time for you to go out because I just took her out minutes before I start the stream, by the way. Okay, so oh, I need to just roll one. Okay, hold on. I'll take you out. 6. So this person panics this direction. Okay. And then now it's the upkeep. Nothing for me to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to turn number 2. And we're going to pause here so I can take care of Suki. She is something else, I'm telling you. I love that dog, but every time I start streaming. All right. Of course, I don't think there was a lot of pee. Sometimes when she does this, I would take her out, and then she would like spin around. You know how dogs love to spin around before they sit and pee. She would like spin around, pretending to spin around, like as if she's really interested in peeing. When I know that all she's trying to do is get attention, she spins around, spins around, spins around, and then she would sit, and you see like 3 drops of pee, and I'm like, yeah, you know you didn't need to go pee. You're just doing this for attention. You know, the poor little thing, though. I mean, she was with another family for like 12 years before they drop her off at the 12 or 13 years. 12. Because she passed away when she was 13. Okay. You know, so I don't know what kind of situation that she was in before. You know, I mean, to be with somebody for 12 years. I mean, so I have a lot of, you know, just trying to do the best that I can for her. But sometimes I'm like, if you don't need to go pee, just don't do it. Anyway. And she doesn't like to chill with me. Like, you know, I tried setting up like a place for her in the game room, and she, you know, she's not like Yoshi. Yoshi used to like spending time down here when she was getting a little bit more old. When she was getting older, sometimes Yoshi wouldn't hang out in here. She would just hang out, but she would just hang out somewhere. You know, she normally would hang out downstairs, in like a little corner, against the couch. But yeah, this thing is pretty active, but it's every time I start streaming, she hears me speaking, she would come in here and asking for attention. And I guess I'm just too weak to say no. But sometimes I don't know. It's like it's just funny. It's like, yeah, you just spinning there, and then 3 drops come out, and I know you don't need to go out. Anyway. And she would pretend to. She would just like, she would look at me like, oh, he's looking at me. So I need to pretend that this is what I wanted to do. And she would spin and spin and spin. It's just like longer than the normal spin before they sit and pee, you know? It's just funny. Okay, so turn number 2, Asami. 2 people are already dead. Yeah, this map is pretty nasty. Okay, let's see. We have sprint and we have search. So I think the plan is for us to go to sheep farm and then get the flare gun. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna use sprint. Oh, Asami has 5 HP. Why did I only put 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh yeah, 5. Okay. Because she got hurt earlier. Okay, 1 success, 1 maybe. We're just gonna take the success, put 2 spaces. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. Okay, and now we lose 1 time slot. And I'm going to do the search here. I think she's back in the bedroom. Please don't get triggered by me talking again, because I'm gonna ignore you this time, because that's just too much. A success and a maybe. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the flare gun. And looks like I can hold it with one hand. Um, and then what I'm gonna do, I think before we get their attention, we need to move over to that space. So that way, but then I would be wasting sprint. So maybe I should just use it now because it says everybody, right? Within 3 spaces, move 1 space closer to you. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can get the attention of these people over here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, which is good enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the flare gun here to get their attention. You can only do this twice. And it looks like it's like an additional function of the flare gun. You don't even discard the flare gun after. Yeah, that's just the additional function of that weapon. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna use the flare gun there, and then it says discard a tracking marker, and all victims within 3 spaces move 1 space closer to you. So these two are actually gonna move to the sheep farm. This person is gonna move to the old road. This person is going to, and this one is gonna move here. The boulder, this person is going to move to the house. So that's good. So because next turn I can use sprint to so I don't waste my time. I can probably just use sprint now. So at least get 2. I can take a search card, move 1, or reduce horror level by 2. I think I should probably, if I save, if I start saving victims, you know what? Maybe I should. Maybe it's worth it, because then we can drop them off here and then just move back here, and then we can do a search. Oh, I have another search that I can grab. Okay, let's go ahead and use sprint. Fuck. It was a mistake. Okay, so, well, I can still move 1 space if I take the health hit here. So let's just do that. I'm going to move, take the health hit, move 1 space. I'm going to move to the exit. And these two are going to follow me. And I'm going to save both of them. But I lose 2 time slot. And my turn is also over. But we are going to save them. So 1 person. And then I think I can flip that battery, like, as long as, how does that work? Let me see here. When deactivating a power source, flip the token to the inactive side. You may deactivate the power source by spending, even if you're just moving through the space. But the problem, I think, with when your action phase immediately ends, I think you can't do anything anymore, right? So I can't get that done. I mean, saving the people, that's part of the moving, because as long as you're there, you can, and the victims are there, you can just do it. Let me just check here. I guess you can just say you can do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it next turn, for the battery, that is. But when it comes to saving people, Where the fuck is this? Sometimes when you're looking for something specific, it's not, okay, saving victims. At any point during the action phase, at any point, it says during the action phase. So before it ended, we'll say, but stuff like that, I think that probably needed more clarification. Because if the action phase ends immediately, whenever there's that icon, does that mean that you can't do anything anymore immediately because of that effect? It's just, I think what it means is you can't do the next thing that you want to do during that action phase. So we'll just take it that way. We'll just take it that way. So I already moved this down by 2. We are going to save these 2. So for one victim, we're going to be using reduce horror level by 2, and then the other one, I can either take a search card for free or move 1 space. I'll recover. I think I'll take the search card for free because that way we'll just have that here. Because we're definitely going to need something better weapon-wise. I mean, having that scope rifle is also pretty good, so we can kill these buddies like from far away. So you know what? I'll take the search card for free. All right. And that's the end of Asami's turn. We are able to save 2 people. And preparation phase, we're going to grab all of these because okay, how many? 7 cards. I have 3 to spend. Maybe we should take guard now so we don't get attacked by those stupid sand snakes. So 1 guard and then 1 close call. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards. Okay. All right, so now it is Billy's turn. Minion activates and people are already dead. And then Billy activates, nothing happens. And then now we're gonna draw the terror card before we draw the sand snake. So let's see. Surprise! This is a Billy card. So first, they all look for a victim, move 1 space, and then attack once. So we're gonna start with the minions, and the minions remember have numbers on top of them. So lowest go first. So Rami gets to move first. So Rami can move for 2 spots, but victim is available right there. So he's gonna move over here, and he's gonna kill 1 person. Okay. And this is gonna go up. Horror level goes up by 2. Lord. Okay, and then Cam gets to move once and attack once. So he's gonna move down here, and he's gonna kill this person. Jesus. And spawn a buddy in your space. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let me, and then Billy still has to move. And then after that, Billy gets to move 1 more spot. Okay. Okay, so we are spawning a buddy where I'm at the exit there, and it's going to be Allie. Allie has 2 HP. Yes. Yeah, this is horrible. Can we get Allie's So Allie is gonna spawn right here. Okay, and then Billy moves once and then attacks towards the closest victim, and Billy is able to move 2 spaces. So Billy's gonna go 1, 2, and then kill this person. Now his dark power is revealed. And it is introducing. Oh no! Billy Jr. again. Okay, well. We'll just put Billy Jr. up here. 2 HP. And, okay. Jesus Christ. We already have 4 freaking minions. 4 buddies already out. And this is just turn number 2. Okay, we're not done resolving this yet. And then Billy gets to move again. Now he's looking for the final girl only. And he moves 1 time. So final girl is over here. Asami. So he's going to move 1 time, but he moves with 2 spaces. So 1. Yeah, closest will be here. 2. Okay, he doesn't attack, he's just moving. Okay, but those people are gonna die. Alright, okie dokie. Well, since people died this turn, this person is gonna panic, so let's see where he's gonna go. 6, and that means he's going up here. Oh no, he's going over here to the general store. Okay. Whew. Okay, so that's done. Now we're gonna draw the sand snakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, Lord. All right, first sand snake card here. A sand snake attacks at the water tower. The sand snake does 1 damage. Okay, so at the water tower, but there's nobody there. So okay, that's fine. Second sand snake card. After resolving and discarding the other sand snake cards that were drawn, shuffle this card and all the cards in the sand snake discard pile back into. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and reshuffle this. Oops. And actually, I needed to draw the sand snakes first before panicking the victim. I have to remember that. So, because I think I panicked him first before I drew the sand snakes cards. Because this happens immediately after the killer phase, before the panic phase. Okay. All right. Let me just check something here real quick, cause okay, so they consider when you draw the cards, you're drawing 2 at the same time. That's important because if the first one asks you to reshuffle, you still have to draw the second one. Make sure that that's resolved. Okay, so that's done. Nothing to take care of during the upkeep here. So we're going to turn number 3. So, oh, and Asami is down to 3 HP. Okay. Let's see. We got plenty that we can do here. First off, who's in my space? That's Ali, right? Yeah, Ali is in my space. I don't have enough damage. I can damage her and then like run away. We can do that. So at least she's down to 1 HP. Or I actually have a flare gun. It says that the flare gun may only modify the weak action card. So if damage is dealt to the killer, oh, and then only the killer you reduce one horror level. But this is not the killer. This is just a minion. So we can kill her if we're able to be successful here. So let's go ahead and do that. Perhaps we should do a focus check first. That way we can roll 3 dice potentially. So let me go ahead and do that. So let's do a focus. Oh, and this is supposed to be 6. That's a 6. Okay, 2 maybes, of course. Let's see here. I need all these cards. So the only one that I can get rid of actually is close call. So perhaps re-roll 1, and then if it's a bad roll, then maybe we can consider sacrificing 2 cards to get the maybe to a yes. Okay, again we got a maybe. So let's this is bad. Let me get rid of focus and one of the walk action. So that we can turn the maybe into a yes. So we still get 1 reduction to horror level, and then we lose 1 time tracker, time slot. Okay, and then now we're gonna attack what's her face, Ali. So I'm gonna use a weak attack here. We're gonna roll 3 dice. So oh, triple success. So 1 damage plus 1. So Ali is dead. Yay! Because that's 2 damage. She is dead. And for killing Ali, we get 1 reduction in horror level. Okay. Ali is dead. Okay. We'll place them underneath. Oops. Well, where can we place this? We'll place it here, maybe next to. Back here, I guess. Here we go. Okay, so Ali's dead. Now I'm gonna spend 1 time to flip to deactivate this battery, and then I'm going to do a walk. If we're able to get 2, then we're gonna grab this person and save him. If we only get 1, I think we're gonna go to the sheep farm and see if we can get what the next item is. Okay, here we go. 1 success, so I can only move 1 space. So I'm gonna move here. So now I get 1 reduction there in the time slot. And while I'm there, I'm gonna do a search. Search or short rest, I guess. Because I do need to get my HP back. We're kind of, well, no. I'm saying we're kind of far away from, no. They can move pretty fast, depending on the next tarot card. So let's do a short rest. One maybe, 2 fails. So I will take it. So what's going to happen is I get 1 HP back. Horror level goes up by 1. I lose 1 time slot, and then my turn is over. Okay, that's fine. I have 2 time currency here to buy. So I'm going to grab sprint. And that's it. 1, 2. Okay, just put these away. Okay. Now the minions activate. They don't have anybody in their spaces. Oh, and then I need to make sure that Billy Jr. is with. Oh yeah, Billy Jr. is gonna kill somebody too. Hold on. Yeah, let's not forget about Billy Jr. because Billy Jr. is always with Billy, and whenever the minions activate, Billy Jr. activates. So Billy Jr. will attack for 1 damage. So this one person here is dead. It's gonna go up. Horror level go up by 1, and then Billy is going to activate, and he's going to kill this person. And goes up 1 more. Let's see what it says. Discard the next tarot card. So the next tarot card is not going to be red. It's just discarded. And they were able to kill 2. Okay. Total number of victims so far is 7. All right. No one's panicking. Now we're going to draw the sand snakes. If I panic phase, no one's panicking anyway. Okay. A sand snake attacks the old road. The sand snake. Okay, so all road is. Oh God, there's somebody there. So this person is dead. Ay. Okay, now we have to resolve an event. And I still have another sand snake card to resolve. Stalkers. When this event is revealed, immediately shuffle the sand snake discard pile back into the deck. When drawing for sand snakes, resolve 3 sand snake cards instead of 2. If all 3 cards would result in a victim's death, you may choose one to ignore. Okay, hold on. Let's take this one at a time. Because remember that when you draw sand snakes cards, you're actually drawing both of them at the same time. So that effect doesn't happen until this is done. Okay, so I have to shuffle anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle. So we're gonna shuffle twice. We're just gonna shuffle twice. I mean, technically, you just need to shuffle once, but just for the fun of it, I guess. Okay, that's the initial shuffle. And then when we get stalkers there, immediately shuffle the sand snake back. And when drawing for sand snake, so starting next turn, we're resolving 3 instead of 2, but you may choose one to ignore. And it says you may choose. It's like they're saying that what is it you may choose? Sometimes this game is brutal enough, but then they do something like that, like trying to be funny, I guess. It's like you may choose one to ignore. You don't have to have all 3 of them dead. It's like, can you just tell me if they're dead or not? Because it might be too hard for you, so just have 2 people die, but the other person is not dead. Just kind of funny. All right. You may choose. That's pretty funny. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 people are dead. Yeah, this map is almost. This map is worse than the Merrick Warehouse, because the Merrick Warehouse at least it doesn't at least you might be lucky enough where you don't get that event where everybody was falling off the shelves. Here the potential of people dying every fucking turn is like always there. If the killers don't get to these people, the sand snakes will get to these people. So it's this is a horrible map. And with Billy the Bear, it's twice as horrible. 5 times as horrible. Okay, anyway. Alright, so now it's a panic phase, but no one's panicking. And nothing to resolve. So, alright, so now we're gonna go back to Asami. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, we deactivated 2 batteries. We do have a long, kind of like a long range weapon that we can use like a space away. We can actually use that on Billy Jr. like from a space away. So at least we can kill Billy Jr. from an adjacent space. Like with just one successful attack. But anyway, as long as you can only use the weak attack with this. Okay. So, there are only 2 victims left. And we only need 2. We need to make sure that we get to those 2 victims. So if you want her ultimate, if not, we can't even use her ultimate. Okay. We gotta sprint. We gotta see if we can save this person. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, while we're here, let's search first. We're at the sheep farm, so I'm gonna go ahead and search first. Well, we're not using 3 dice anymore. I want a double success, so I get to reveal 2 items and I pick one that I like. Okay. So we have canned chili. And what it says is that ignore the effects of a sand snake attack in your space or adjacent space for you and any other victim. I was gonna save it for myself, but that's interesting. I guess because we're throwing the sand chili over the canned chili to the sand snake, or it is saying that because we're eating the canned chili that we're pooping something nasty and the sand snake doesn't want to bite our asses. Okay, household chemicals. If mixed with the proper proportions during the action phase, and choose a space or an adjacent space and roll a die and deal 1 damage to the result to everyone in the target space. This is very good. So we can actually use this. Yeah. I like the household chemicals more. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to that. This looks like you have to hold on to it to use it. And then the canned chili is also not bad. So I'm gonna place it on the top face up because I can see that as being beneficial as well. Okay. And then now we're gonna sprint. One success, 1 maybe. So that means I can move up 2 spaces. So I'm gonna go 1 and then 2. And then I lose 1 time slot. And then I also lose 1 time slot earlier from the items from search. So I'm gonna save this person. I'm gonna. Do I want health or do I want to move 1 space? I think I want mobility, so I need to move 1 space. So I'm gonna move 1 space back to the sheep farm. Okay, and that's done. Gonna get all of these freebies back. Now we get weak attack again, so that's 7 action cards, but I don't have a lot to spend. I do have a search. No, I don't have a search. Well, maybe it's time to grab a search again. Or should I? I have 4, right? Maybe get Furious Strike. Or even retaliate because Billy is getting closer to me. I think I'm gonna grab. I can take a search and a sprint. I think that's better. I'll take the search and the sprint. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab those 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And goes back here. Okay. Okay, now minions activate, no one to kill. Billy activates, no one to kill. Now we resolve the next tarot card, and this is turn number 4, right? Oh no, turn number 3. Okay. Is it really turn number 3? Yeah, because I ignore 1. Okay. Did we even do a, unless I miss a, oh, I hope not. Unless I miss resolving a tarot card. No, I don't think I did, because, no, maybe I did. Where's the, shit. If this is turn 4, that means I miss resolving a tarot card. Let me just check. Okay, so I missed reading the tarot card from earlier, from turn number 3. So even though I discarded 1, I was supposed to, because there were so many things happening. I went straight to the sand snakes after, moving everything up. So I missed 1. So if this is an easy one to resolve, I think we just do 2. Roll a die and place 2 new victims in the following space. Okay, let me try this. 1 and 2. So at the scrapyard. Okay. One scrapyard is number 1. 1 or 2. So 2 new victims here. I think we can proceed with just. Let me just see. And then there's also an event that I need to. Okay. Horror level goes up by 1. Let me check this event if it's easy to resolve. At the end of the planning phase, reset your time to 5. Unless you end the phase with 1 or more time left. Okay, that's oh, that's kind of nasty. Dehydration, I'm so thirsty. Okay, that's really bad. So you can't spend all of your time to buy shit at the end. Okay, so we'll just skip that portion, but I'll consider that all resolved, whatever that I missed earlier. So we're gonna draw another tarot card. So that's the only thing that we actually kind of missed. And then these people don't even get killed because there were no enemy movements. So I was able to kind of figure that out. Okay, that's fine. So let's resolve another tarot card. Yeah, sometimes, it's just when there's so many things happening. I think what I need is some kind of tracker, where I wish that they have that on this app, like every time you completed a phase, you click on it, so then it says, okay, that's done within that phase. Because the only thing you can do when it comes to that is you hit pause, and when you pause, it's not counting the gameplay time, because you want it to count like throughout the whole session. But when you pause, the only thing that you get from pausing is you can then select the current phase. So it's just to remind you when you come back to the game, okay, this is where I was at. But the app should have included something like an indicator, a progress indicator, where you just hit on that every single time you complete a phase. So I need to create something like that for myself every time I play this game, so this doesn't happen again. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the tarot card here. So do the splits. Okay, this is a really horrible one from the Billy the Bear kit. So buddies only. The buddies are gonna move 1 space towards final girl or a victim. So looks like Cam is gonna go up here. What's his face? Raimi is gonna go over here, and Billy Jr. can't do it. Can't move. Now Billy only gonna move towards a victim, and then kills the victim. So Billy is gonna move over here with Billy Jr., and this person is dead. Okay. And then we get to reveal this, and then like with Billy the Bear, also all these things that you have to resolve from just his bloodless tracker here. You know, there's just a lot sometimes. Okay, now terror level goes up by 1 because of that. And then Billy gets to move towards the final girl and then attack once. So he gets to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3 with Billy Jr. And he attacks once for 3 damage. So I have retaliate, right? Oh no, I didn't select retaliate. Okay, so I do have guard, so let's go ahead and use that. Success. Reduced by 2. Okay. So instead of 3, I get damage for 1. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's all done. Before the panic phase, somebody did die this turn. So before the panic phase, because these two are gonna panic, we're gonna do the sand snakes, because this actually goes before the panic phase. Okay, so if you're on a boulder, you may discard this card with no effect, but I'm not. Sand snake attacks you once, so Sand snake is gonna attack Asami for 1 damage. See, if I have the canned chili, I would have been able to take care of that damage. And then Sand snake attacks the water tower, but I don't think there's anybody at the water tower yet. Okay. Now these two are gonna panic. Oh no, because Cam is there. If Cam, victims do not panic if Cam is the only enemy in their space. So, because Cam looks so cute that these two are not gonna panic. Okay. All right. So now it's back to Asami. Yeah, even on the these cool mat, they could have. Maybe I can do something over here on the mat. Like yeah, some kind of indicator on the map here. Use the mat. There are 4 phases in a turn. 5 phases: action, planning, killer, panic, and then upkeep. So maybe I can have like 5 different things on there, and then just move them to the right every time. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that next game. Anyway, all right, Asami, let's see what you got here. We're in the same space as. We can kill Billy Jr. while we're here. Killing, when we kill Billy Jr., we get 1 damage to Billy, but that's not going to mean anything because next round he's going to be able to recover anyway. But killing him will get him out of the game. So I do have weak attack and I do have flare gun. So let's do it. Let's do a focus first. And remember that now I need to make sure that I don't have to make sure, you know. I can start with 5. That's not that bad. Okay, let's do a focus and keep the horror level down. Let's do that first. 1 success, so goes down by 1. I lose 1 time slot. And I have another focus. I think I need to just start attacking, and then we also want the canned chili. So yeah, we have a lot of things that we want to do this turn. So this is turn number 5. So let's do the attack, because yeah, even if I do a focus, it's just gonna reduce it by 1. It's not gonna really help me that much. So let's do a search. I have a search right yet. Okay. Let's do a search first. 1 maybe, 1 fail. Okay, I'm going to get rid of focus and walk just to get the maybe to a yes. That way I can grab the canned chili. And I don't even have to hold on to it when I get attacked. Okay, great. So I'm gonna grab the canned chili. And then now I'm going to do the weak attack. Oh, and then I also lose one timer. Do a weak attack and see if we can kill Billy Jr. Oh, fuck. Um, fuck. If I don't fix that, I lose health and the turn is over. Wow, this is crazy. Okay. I'll sacrifice walk and short rest and turn that into a yes. So we attack for 1+1. It's 2. Billy Jr. is dead, and then he is damaged when Billy Jr. is killed. Remember, we're only doing this to get him out of the game, but it's actually not really going to help us. And then I lose 1 health. Okay, at least now I got an additional dice to play with. Now I'm going to use sprint to get out of Billy's way. Because if not, I will definitely die next turn. Okay, double success, so I get to move 3 spaces, so let's see. And I can even, even when passing through, I can get rid of the batteries, right? You're just moving through space, okay. So 1. Oh, shit. Okay, we'll go this way. Oh, no. There's a minion there, okay. So we can't really escape our death. So 1, 2, we'll just go here and flip this one. Okay. And that's it. Ran out of shit. Okay, and there's no freebies. I have 3 to spend. So I'm just gonna grab a guard. And that's it. 1, 2, and because I still have 1 left, so this is going to go back to 6. Because with dehydration there, if you don't have any time left, you're going to start with 5 next turn. So walk, short rest. Okay. Cool. She's about ready to die. Okay. Billy activates minions. This minions activate. So Cam is gonna kill this person. It's gonna go up here. Let's see what that says. It is spawn a buddy, of course. So it's going to be Toby with 3 HP. And Toby will. We're gonna roll and see where he's going to spawn. 4, so he's gonna spawn over here. Yeah, they say just pick a place for you to spawn it. I just roll and see where easier for me, so I don't have to be partial about it. Okay. And now Billy activates, and Billy recovers health as long as there are batteries on the map, and there's 1 more that's still active, so Billy gets his HP back from the 1 HP that from the damage incurred earlier when I killed Billy Jr. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to resolve the tarot card before the Sand Snake. And lots of ways to die out here. And then there's a picture of a freaking rattlesnake. A rattlesnake appear. You may play action cards and inflict damage if you wish. Then if the rattlesnake is still alive or it has 1 HP, I don't have any attack card right now. You take 2 damage. You may defend as normal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and guard, and let's see what happens. Alright, so we're gonna roll with 3 dice because we're down to 1 HP. Double success. Okay, we're able to ignore all of the damage from this rattlesnake. So no damage, and the rattlesnake slithers away. Jesus Christ. Okay, and then I have one more to draw. Attack the electrical tower now. I don't think there's anybody at the electrical tower. Is there? Am I at the electrical tower? No. General store. Where's the electrical tower? House. Where the fuck is the electrical tower? Oh, right here. Okay. Where the battery's at. Okay, I'm glad I didn't go that way. I would have died. Okay. All right. That's all done. Panic phase. Remember, because Cam is so cute, that guy is not going to panic from the scrapyard. Nothing to upkeep. We're good. All right. So now we're in turn number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Oh no, that was a tarot card. That was yeah. That's up here. So I have one more sand snake. Yeah, because that was a tarot card. I thought it was for some reason I was thinking it was a sand snake card. So one more sand snake card. And attacks the trailer park. Okay, and no one's at the trailer park. Am I at the trailer park? I'm at the house. Where the fuck is the trailer park? Okay, trailer park is already it's already collapsed. So, all right, all good. All right, he doesn't panic. Nothing to upkeep. Okay, now it's back to Asami. Has and she has no yeah, nothing that I can do. She has no action because we used guard last turn. Okay, so she has no action. All right, Asami, you're just over there like hanging out. Now, for the preparation phase, though, we have a lot to spend, so I'll grab all the freebies. We have 6, so I should grab retaliate, I think. I should grab retaliate and a guard, but then I'll start with 5, and that I think that's okay. Unless if I want, yeah, I'll grab unless I just want 2 guards. I'll take retaliate for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have the canned chili. Remember, we have the canned chili if we get bitten by a sand snake. Because of that, I think I should grab something more useful. Because I still have the canned chili. Let me think. Okay, I'll grab a sprint. 1, 2, okay. Because of dehydration, I'm going to start with 5 because I spent all of my action time slots to buy these cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Okay. And then now it is the killer's turn. Minions activate. That one, Cam, is still over there looking all cute. That guy didn't panic, so that guy's going to get killed by Cam. Oh no, the problem with that is the problem with that is now he spawns a buddy. It's the last buddy. And it is Roxy. 1 HP. Okay. Wow, we only saved 2. 12 died. Okay. So it's just between us and these bots now. Alright, so he activates, but he can't do anything. He doesn't move. And then now we resolve the tarot card. Okay. All the sheep are dead. Horror level goes up by 2. And then... Oh! The, that's everyone, right? If it doesn't specify, that's everyone. All the minions and... Yeah, okay. Now, have I just been moving them incorrectly? Like the minions? Like, is this just means that only the killer moves? It doesn't activate everyone? Probably. So maybe that's why they're just too powerful. Hold on, minions. Let me get the minions. Special victims game. Okay. No, it says when resolving tarot cards, unless otherwise stated. See, I remember reading this. That's why. All enemies will perform killer actions one at a time. Minions should always act first. And unless it's specified like minions only and killer only, but they all get to act. So whenever this happens. So this means that they're looking for a victim, move once, and then attack. So this is when Asami is going to die. Yeah, all enemies will perform any killer actions one at a time when resolving tarot cards. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Looks like who gets to move first? Raimi gets to move first, and he moves for 2 spots. And he's already over here. Is this Raimi? Who is this? This is Toby. Where's Raimi? Where's Raimi? Did I forget to put Raimi on the map? I may have forgotten to put Raimi on the map, and I guess that's a problem. No. Oh, you know what? I just grabbed the wrong... Yeah, I just grabbed the wrong icon. Because Billy Jr. Yeah, this is supposed to be Raimi, not Billy Jr. Okay, yeah, because this. I made sure that I get all these tokens out. Alright, so Raimi gets to move 2 spots and then attack once, and he attacks for 1 damage. So Raimi is going to move over here and attack for 1 damage. Do I have a guard? I don't. I have retaliate, but I have to use retaliate. If not, I'm going to die. So I'm going to go ahead and use retaliate. Unless I'm really confident that, you know, and I have the extra dice there. Unless I'm really confident that that I have extra HP behind that, but I don't know. Okay, double success. So ignore all attacks, and then I attack for 2. So now Raimi is dead, and the kill reward is I can move 1 space. Okay, that might help. Let's see what happens. Where would I move? I guess I could move to the general store. See what happens. Okay. Alright, so Raimi is dead, and then the second... Oh, Toby actually gets to move. Okay, it's actually Toby, not Raimi, who gets to move first. Because Raimi is number 2, so I was wrong. Okay, so let me just fix this real quick. So that means that Raimi goes up here. Toby, I mean. And remember, Raimi only has 1 HP because he got hit by the collapsing crossroad earlier in the game. Toby attacks for 1, but he has 3 HP. So when I do this, oh yeah, I still kill him because I have 3 damage because I have flare gun. So what is my reward for killing Toby? You get 2 time slots. That's not gonna help me. Okay, well, but at least I get to kill Toby, I guess. So that's done. And then Raimi, okay, well, then I'm gonna die. So Raimi then moves over here. Gonna attack for 1. We will see if I have any additional HP. I don't. So Asami is dead, killed by Raimi, the minion. Okay, yeah, this was brutal. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh. Why is it saying that I have? No, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Total of 14 victims. Okay, so he killed 11 and I saved 3. And of course I'm dead and I lost. Let's register the game. Check now. It says I potential 1 achievement. Save the defiant teenager. No, that didn't happen. Okay. Alright, so that's Asami versus Billy the Bear on the Utopia map. The Utopia map is a lot more sinister than the Merrick Warehouse. But I like that it still can potentially hurt the killer. It's just that we are so unlucky this particular playthrough. But yeah, this is a horrible map, Utopia. This is... I might have to change maps again. I mean, coupled with Billy the Bear, it seems like it's overwhelming because there's always something going on, you know. Like people are getting killed left and right by the sand snakes, and with Billy, like once that bloodlust meter goes up, there's nothing stopping him because of the buddy spawn. So, and then we have spawn a buddy too at the very end. So, this is the worst that you can get at the very end because then every time the bloodlust goes up, you know, you get more buddies spawning. But we're at max buddies again. All the buddies showed up during the game also. But it's still pretty fun though. I really like this game. So probably won't be putting it away yet. Maybe we'll try a couple more maps with Billy the Bear. Because I want to beat Billy the Bear. I want to see if I can beat him. Maybe we'll take him back to the camp. Camp Happy Trails. Maybe we can beat him at Camp Happy Trails. Basic map. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. I truly appreciate it. Happy gaming!